Fans, the officials for tonight's match: Chris Ruska, Nick Bosser, Christian Little, and Yusuf El-Masusi. Let's now meet the starting lineup for tonight's visitors: Swope Park Rangers. In goal, 18, Eric Dick. 26, Jalen Lindsay. 92, Alexander. Number 33, Renico Clark. 16, the captain, Graham Smith. 70, Z. Pedro. 96, Wilson Harris. 85, Felipe Hernandez. 44, Camden Riley. 75, Juan Cousin. And 91, Ethan Vanacore Decker. The head coach of Swope Park Rangers is Paulo Nagamura. Now, fans, let's meet the starting 11 for your Indy 11. In goal, 0, Jordan Fall. Number 4, Tyler Gibson. Number 5, Mitch Osman. Number 6, Drew Cutler. Number 7, Ayoze. 17, Dane Kelly. Number 19, Kenny Walker. Number 20, Carl Ouimet. Number 23, Tyler Hatcher. Number 24, Christian Noah. And the captain, 29, Patty Barrett. The head coach of Indy 11 is Martin Reddy. Indy 11 assistant coaches are Juan Guerra, Phil Presser, and Andy Swift. And athletic trainer for Indy 11 is
We've come from all over the world: Serbia, Spain, England, and chose to play here in Indiana. How come we get to in Indiana? In front of the most loyal supporters in the USL. We came here to play, to win.
Playoff soccer looms on the horizon for Indy 11 as the regular season draws to a close tonight against Swope Park. Welcome inside Lucas Oil Stadium, where Indy are unbeaten in 24 consecutive matches, and their fans are excited at the prospects of a deep playoff run. A win or a draw tonight for Indy would secure a home playoff match in the first round of the USL Championship playoffs later on this month. But a youthful Swope Park side tries to play spoiler and snatch a win on the road, something they haven't done very much this season. In fact, just one away win for Swope Park in the last 16 matches. Can they pull off the upset on the road tonight? We find out next from downtown Indianapolis. Indy 11 Soccer is brought to you by your Central Indiana Honda dealers, proud to be the official automotive sponsor of the Indy 11. And by Community Health, exceptional care simply delivered. Community Health Network. Playoffs just around the corner for Indy 11. That we know for sure. Where they will finish, well, that's still up in the air depending on what happens with New York Red Bulls 2. Winning out, they could actually slide into the 3 spot in the East. What we do know for sure, though, a win or a draw tonight will secure a home playoff match for Indy 11 later on this month. Good evening, folks. Glad to have you with us on the regular season finale from Lucas Oil Stadium. I'm Matt Schumacher. He is Mark Newman. And Mark, talking about the playoff scenario for Indy, what gives you the confidence that this team can make a deep run?
Yeah, you know, I think it has to do with seasoning experience. They've done it all season long. They've demonstrated that they can bring it in the attack and that they show up on defense, game in and game out. They have a system that they stick to.
Well, certainly they have been one of the best defensive teams in the league this season. They've conceded the second fewest goals behind only Tampa Bay. But you look at the wins and some of the other records that they've broken. No other year in club history have they won 18 games. They could get 19 tonight.
Yeah, every year, you know, this year they're being compared to the prolific year of 2016. They're demonstrating that they're going to surpass what happened then.
That is a bold prediction, my friend, and the fans watching at home probably excited to hear the great Mark Newman say that about Indy 11 as we take a look at our starting lineups, brought to you by Honda Manufacturing of Indiana, the official automotive sponsor of the Indy 11. So much talent and so much experience in this starting 11.
Yeah, there really is. And, you know, we've got an Iron Man in this kid Pastor that has really been up and down the field, a prolific player in his own right, a kid who can score goals but also defend. He runs from whistle to whistle.
And he has exploded in 2019. And on the other side, a very youthful group. The average age of this starting lineup is under 22 years old, a stark contrast from a veteran late in Indy 11.
Yeah, and you know, and I'll talk about another attacker on the Swope Park side, Wilson Harris. He's been off for a few weeks because of a foot injury. He's back, a great goal scorer in his own right. I think that one thing that these guys do well is they can put the ball in the back of the net.
Tonight's injury report is brought to you by Community Health Sports Medicine, official sports medicine provider of the Indy 11. Faria still out, King is out, and of course Newton still out as well, which is why Jordan Farr gets his 3rd consecutive start in net tonight for the Indy 11. And there is Indy 11's head man, Martin Rennie, in his 2nd season managing this club. They finished 7th in the East a year ago and currently in 3rd on the final day of the regular season in Indianapolis. We are underway from Lucas Oil Stadium. Indy in the dark blue home uniforms, Swope Park in the all-white road unis.
One of the things just starting off here that I love about Indy is that they try to use the entire width of the field. You're going to probably see a lot of big balls being played by the Swope Park team right down the center of the park. But you can see this wonderful possession that, and they give away a ball as I'm saying that, but get it back. This possession that they're demonstrating here early on in the game.
Dane Kelly on the edge of the 18. Navoa. Ayoze. Indy comes in having tallied the most regular season points in club history at 60. They had a bit of a skid about a month ago. 10 games in a 29-day stretch. Well defended on the back end.
Man on your back here. And now got to get it the other way.
Connor. Until we met. Indy 11. They lost 4 consecutive matches between mid-September and early October. Part of that 10-game stretch in just a month. And Martin Rennie said, look, our guys were fatigued. As part of that grueling stretch of the season, they've righted the ship, and they are back at home where they have not lost in over a season. 24 consecutive matches unbeaten here at Lucas Oil Stadium. Gives you an idea of just how important tonight is. This club would love to get a win or a draw and secure that first round home playoff match later this month. Zé Pedro.
Now we got to get Indy to just settle in and hold on to this ball a little bit. You can see that Swope Park is going after them pretty aggressively here in the early going. A little shoulder-to-shoulder action that we saw just a minute ago.
Swope with just 6 wins all year, but they have won or drawn 3 of the last 6 matches coming in to this one, so closing the season well. Our keys to the match are presented by your Central Indiana Honda dealers, the official automotive sponsor of the Indy 11.
Yeah, so it's going to be crucial for Indy to start faster. They've got to stick a goal early in order to put this team, the Swope Park team, on their heels a bit. They're playing for a playoff spot in that they want to be in as good of a position as possible when they get in to advance deep into the playoffs. And then for Swope Park, you know, they're playing for pride right now. They want to finish strong. They've proven that they can score some goals, but they've got to really implement an all-out attack and not let anything fall by the wayside. Get the ball for themselves in the back of the net.
Turnover. Ayose played back out to Connor. Pasher now, first touch of the night, and back the other way. You know, it's interesting. Swope Park find themselves in a peculiar situation this season, one that is very unfamiliar. First time in club history that they will miss the playoffs. They went to the conference final last year, and the previous 2 seasons before that were runner-ups in the USL Championship playoffs.
Well, some of that may have to do with a few of their core players now play for Indy 11, as a matter of fact. And look what Indy's doing this year. But they're, as we were talking about at the outset of the game, this is a young team, very youthful. They've got 15, 16, 17-year-old kids interspersed with some of their older players.
And what we've seen, especially this year from Swope Park, with so many of their players having to go up and play with Sporting KC, due to the injuries on the MLS side, they haven't had as much continuity in 2019 as in years past. But now here comes an exciting player in Juan Cousin. He was looking for Vanacore Decker.
Indy cleaned that up well. Did a good job of using Farr there to get the ball out.
Talk about Indy's defense when we looked at the starting lineups. Conceding the second fewest goals in the USL. They posted 11 clean sheets at home this year.
Yeah, and that's attributable in part to great goalkeeping. But when you have a guy in the back like a Patty Barrett, Ayose gets up and down the field. He's a kid that defends extremely well, wins balls, but then is able to get it into the attack and become a danger at that end of the field as well. Osman, we met, very capable, stout defenders, very strong in the back for Indy as well.
Paul Nagamura in his second season at Swope Park. Former Sporting Kansas City standout, had over a decade-long career in the MLS. Time spent with the LA Galaxy during their great runs in the early 2000s.
A little heavy.
Tyler Pasher was looking for that.
So you saw that little combination of 3 balls there at midfield. Indy is at their best when they're switching play, forcing the opposition to chase, run after the ball. And they were able to penetrate a little bit there because of that just a moment ago. This is good, switching the ball. One more.
Walker.
Got to get the ball to the left line.
Played back to Ouimet.
Here we go. Now find him.
Indy committing numbers forward now. A run from Pasher, played back by Kelly.
There it is.
And now wide to Ayoze. He can dance on the edge of the box. 41 of Indy's 46 goals this season have come inside the box. They've been so good at penetrating the back lines of their opponents. Here they are again.
Oh, nice ball.
Novoa into the 6 and blocked by Eric Dick.
Well done. So you've seen a great give and go here. Pasher does a really nice job of getting a shot off, getting shoulder to shoulder with that defender, winning the ball and getting a nice strike on goal.
This portion of the match is brought to you by Community Health Sports Medicine. Dream big, work hard, finish strong. Indy 11 excited to renew its partnership with Community Health Sports Medicine, the exclusive medical provider for the Indy 11, but tonight sponsoring the back of the jersey, which is something new in their partnership going forward and coming at just the right time with the playoffs right around the corner.
So you've seen Indy settle in a little bit. SPR has given them some room to play, so they're able to possess it in the back and find the right guy. That's good. That's what they want. That's what they need.
Select is the official ball supplier of the USL Championship and many of its finest leagues in the world. Since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. For the latest Select products and special offers, visit selectsportamerica.com. And again, Tyler Pasher can get past you in the blink of an eye.
Sure can. I mean, he's demonstrated on multiple occasions just here in the first 9.5 minutes of the game that he's able to whiz by this outside back.
First look tonight at Eric Dick, the former Butler Bulldog, so no stranger to Indianapolis. His former team in Nashville tonight, taking on Lipscomb in non-conference collegiate play.
Got to play a better ball into that than that from far.
Alexander turning it back.
Contain, contain.
Van de Koor Decker fighting with it. And Alexander will take it out for a throw. Indy confidently pressing high with Dane Kelly, Tyler Pasher, Christian Novoa. It was a dangerous couple of seconds there. Dick getting it out of trouble. Hernandez.
Now just hold him here. Yeah, he's not going to get out of a double like that. Nicely done by Indy.
And a whistle from our referee, Chris Ruska.
So I will say, I mean, Indy's showing some good patience defensively. Some of the early challenges they were experiencing, Swope Park getting at them a little bit. They seem to have calmed down a bit. Possession is good, moving it around the park.
Our ARs tonight, Nick Balser and Christian Little. Cliff Bar Baking Company. Indianapolis is proud to team up with Indy 11 to provide meals to IPS students through our Meals for Miles program. I could go for a Cliff Bar right now. How about you?
I would never turn down a
tasty.
Yeah.
I'm a trail mix or chocolate chip guy myself.
Those are excellent snack foods, particularly on long road trips.
Here is Hernandez. Talk about the youth of this team. Hernandez at 21 years old might be one of the more experienced players, oddly enough to say, but he's come up through their academy affiliate program, then through the academy, then the USL, and he in fact signed an MLS contract earlier this season. It's been a fantastic year for Hernandez. 8 goals and 5 assists.
That's a great path.
First player in Sporting Kansas City history to do it down that path, starting with the affiliate program. Really proud of his work ethic and the way he has stuck to it over the course of his youth development.
Yeah, I think that inspires other kids to hear about the path that he's been on and how he's been able to achieve and, you know, making his footballing dreams come true.
So many of these Swope Park players still in their teens or early 20s. Oldest player on the roster is 24.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's crazy. And conversely, Indy's youngest player is 24.
Well, and as we were talking early on in the broadcast, I think that's been a difference maker for them. They're able to bring that level of maturity to their matches.
This portion of the match is brought to you by Keystone Construction. It's more than construction. We build a vision. Indy trying to build. Kelly in the box off the top bar. Here is Walker. Then it rolls out for a corner kick, the first of the night for the Indy 11. What a strike from Dane Kelly.
Yeah, this is just some great stuff here when you've got 2 Swope Park defenders retreating like that. Their backs are to the ball. You've got nothing but the 8x8 to shoot to go after.
Beautiful ball in from Iose. And now Kenny Walker will take the corner. Pasher.
All right. So I think what you're going to see here is that Indy will be able to exploit the set pieces that come from a corner kick or a throw-in. They'll be able to use those to their advantage because of the experience that they're bringing to this game.
Indy have certainly been on the front foot in these opening 15 minutes. The last time these two sides played was all the way back in April, and Dane Kelly scored in the opening 2 minutes for the Indy 11 en route to a 3-1 victory. And they have certainly been aggressive to start. Novoa.
Get the back post. Okay.
Well defended on the back end by Graham. Out for another corner kick.
This is just a great through ball. As you can see, you got 2 players who are chasing, in fact, one jogging after that ball.
Indy has had some really good looks early, putting pressure on Eric Dick, 2018 draft pick, selected in the first round out of Butler.
Here we go. Yeah, that's the right call.
Restart coming for Indianapolis. And a card has been issued to Zé Pedro. Much to his surprise.
Referee wants to keep control of things from the outset.
Chris Ruska, our referee. Clearly a foul, but important because Indy's lines are playing exceptionally high to start this contest.
Right.
Fans, show your Indy 11 pride and get your exclusive IMCU Indy 11 debit card at any IMCU branch or online at imcu.com today. Paul Nagamura.
Ooh, tough
wanting
ball.
his club to finish the season on a high note. Just 6 wins in 2019 for Swope Park. But certainly, if you can look past the results, a lot to be excited about within this club and within the Sporting Kansas City organization as a whole.
Yeah, I mean, you know, when you're able to put this much youth on the field, you're building for your future, you know.
And to be getting the reps that they're getting at this age in a very competitive USL championship that just continues to get better year after year, sets them up nicely down the road on the MLS side.
And they're playing in a big time environment too. I mean, you know, Lucas Oil Stadium, you know, quite honestly, you're playing in a phenomenal venue, and that's an important experience too.
Juan Kuzain, Juan Kamal, wide to Alexander. Turned back. Such a stout defensive effort all season from Indy 11.
There we go.
We met Gibson, who's played now over 3,000 minutes in 2019 for Indy 11. He's been subbed off just once in 34 starts.
So just that little flurry in the back here by Indy 11, this wonderful little flurry of 1 and 2 touch to get out of that trouble that was created by that Swope Park press. It's just so much fun to be able to see that kind of stuff.
And as a former keeper, you can really appreciate it.
Well, when you know that you have guys who have good feet, it takes a little bit of the pressure off.
This portion of the match is brought to you by the Indiana Economic Development Corporation. Take your business to the next level in a state that works. Your impression so far with 20 minutes down?
Yeah, you know, I think the possession has clearly gone to Indy up until now. They're starting to drop off a little bit, so you're seeing in the SPR midfield, they're able to hold the ball a little bit longer, pick their heads up and find somebody to get the ball to. But I think the game has been Indy's more or less up until now.
Pasher making a run, wasn't there. Now Gibson building in the midfield.
That's a good, decent ball right there.
Dane Kelly in the area. Down he goes. Nothing from the referee.
Yeah, good ball. Under pressure, tough one to handle, but he played the right ball to Kelly.
Juan Kuzain. Clark into Harris. We have not called his name much tonight since the ball dropped. 19 years old and a nose for goal.
That's right. Big goal scorer for them.
Indy unbeaten in the last 24 home matches. A win tonight or a draw would move them into a tie for 4th all-time at 25 consecutive home matches unbeaten with the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. More importantly, perhaps in their mind, though, a home playoff match in the first round later on this month.
Yeah, that's a good side. That Pittsburgh side has given Indy trouble this year.
The Eastern Conference has certainly been a very fun conference to pay attention to throughout the course of this USL season. Much more bunched together than the West, which for much of the season has been dominated by Phoenix Rising.
Yeah, Phoenix has been a one-team wrecking crew. They've marched through the West without a lot of problems, and quite honestly, I think you've just got more parity here in the Eastern Conference, and that's why you're seeing it so competitive. Even the game last week, the game with Tampa, that was just a dogfight. I mean, back and forth, end-to-end soccer being played there, and a lot of fun to watch.
Fans, you can enjoy and continue to enjoy the USL on ESPN throughout the 2022 season. ESPN Plus will continue to be the home for all things USL, and at least 19 matches will be featured on ESPN networks, including 9 on ESPN Deportes. Continue to follow, support, and watch your club on ESPN and ESPN Plus.
A lot of the attacking success has happened down the opposite side, the left side of the field here from where we are. But there's been a few moments of real danger coming on this right side. I'd be interested in seeing them try to exploit this right side more to try and get out Swope Park.
Paul Nagamura has just not been able to see his club build or possess much at all in these opening 23 minutes.
Well, interesting. I mean, Harris has been playing more like a true target player than he has as an attacking tandem or an attacking trio. They've got 3 front runners in right now, but Harris has been standing up there sort of solo, waiting for the ball to be played into him. They're not good enough in the midfield, from what I've seen so far, to get that ball up to him effectively. At least springing him to get a legitimate shot on goal.
Mitch Osman, a late tackle on Juan Kamal, and he is issued a yellow card. 2 bookings in the first half. 1 for Swope and 1 for Indy. Fans, you can join us every Saturday morning for Soccer Saturday, presented by Indy 11, airing from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. on FM 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
Here we go.
Osmond. Gibson. Alexander in some danger. Here comes Connor.
1-2.
And a restart coming for Indy.
Nice job of protecting the ball, falling over it in order to maintain possession. He got hammered pretty good there. But what we're seeing is that they're instinctively going to the left to spring Aoze, who's getting open each time, standing on the touchline on the left side. Here we go. Nice little theft. Oh, here we go.
Novoa.
Great save.
Eric Dick, completely extended, makes another save. And back the other way, here comes Swope Park.
Showed some great patience there on that save. Contain this guy, contain. Now get stuck in there.
Osman defending Zé Pedro. He does well to turn him back out of the box.
That's good D. And he does a nice job of taking him to Aoze so they could double the ball on the touchline there and clear it away.
This portion of the match is brought to you by Honda Manufacturing of Indiana, official automotive sponsor of the Indy 11.
Get it down.
Here's one more look at that last goal opportunity. It was Christian Novoa getting free in the area.
Got in there, and Dick just came out so well, making himself as big as possible, and got a right foot to that ball. He did a really nice job on that.
This is just the 10th appearance of the season for Eric Dick, who has spent much of the year up with the MLS side, providing support.
Testament to him that, first of all, he's on the roster and that he's able to train with Sporting day in and day out. I mean, you know, there's a future for him, I think, and they're demonstrating that by giving them these opportunities to play with Swope Park, but also with Kansas City.
Certainly was a tremendous goalkeeper in college.
Yeah.
Known as a shot stopper. Was Big East goalkeeper of the year in a very tough conference as a senior. And was rewarded for his efforts, being picked 13th overall back in 2018. But he just recently made his MLS debut back on October 6th for Sporting Kansas City against Dallas.
You know, I'll say that the toughest part of the transition, going from, we'll say, college to MLS in this particular instance, is dealing with high balls into the area, because they're coming faster, they're coming with more stuff on the ball, having to read and judge where it's going, and competing with players to win it. That's the toughest transition to make.
We met. Big takedown in the box. Vanacore Decker colliding with Indianapolis keeper Jordan Farr.
See if he can shake this off. He took a pretty good whack there.
And the referee has waved to the sideline for the training staff to come on. And Vanacore Decker has been issued a yellow card. Two now for Swope in this first half. The other was picked up by Zay Pedro very early on. Big collision.
Yeah. He took a good whack. I don't see him writhing around. I mean, he seems to be moving around okay down there now. So I think he's going to be okay.
I'm sure you took a collision or two in your college playing days.
Yeah, and a few broken bones along the way. It comes with the territory.
Yeah. Farr looks to be okay, as does Vanacore Decker. And we play on.
And
30 minutes gone.
Well, I got to tell you, that does something for your confidence there, to play as beautiful a ball right to the chest of your teammate. I mean, that's that shows you can come back from something like that.
Tune in to ESPN3 this Saturday at 3 p.m. for a special game of the week to close out the 2019 season. Decision Day on the line. A home playoff match is at stake when Real Monarchs SLC hosts Sacramento Republic FC. The winner hosts a playoff match, while the loser potentially goes to the play-in game, which is all new in 2019. Catch all the drama this Saturday with Mike Watts at 3 p.m. on ESPN3.
There we go. Keep it. Tough one.
USL expanding to 10 teams in the playoff from each conference, which means we have an extra round in the playoffs this year, that play-in game on the first weekend, and then the quarterfinal to proceed after that. And that is where Indy 11 will find itself.
Nicely done.
With a win or a draw tonight, Indy would host a quarterfinal game.
Indy's keeping its discipline in the midfield. They're not chasing after these errant balls. They're dropping back and defending with some shape, which is nice to see. I think that's an example of some of the maturity that they have, where they're able to defend with some patience, contain players, and then dive in when it's appropriate time to dive and win the ball away.
This portion of the match is brought to you by Keystone Construction. It's more than construction. We build a vision. Can Swope build here? Hernandez goes wide.
Get out there to contain.
And an ambitious strike at that from Hernandez.
Yeah, he didn't really have much to do there. They weren't giving him a lot to work with.
Less than 15 minutes left in this first half. Mark, we've seen Indy with plenty of chances in and around the 6. What has to happen now for them to get one before halftime?
I think they just need to continue to pressure Swope Park. I mean, I think the goal is going to come, the one that they need to win this game, but they just need to continue to attack, continue playing the way that they've been playing.
A real credit to Eric Dick. He made a couple of saves and real goal-scoring opportunities for Indy 11. He's kept this game at 0-0 at least to this point.
Yeah, I mean, goalkeeper is a position of maturity that you've got one of your oldest guys on the field right now in your goal. His experience is coming through, and I'm sure he's a calming influence for these guys.
Just his second year as a pro, but with those 4 years of college under his belt, certainly gives him more experience than more than half of this Swope Park roster.
Yep.
Harris was committed to Louisville and forgoed his college experience, opting for a professional contract with Swope Park. And he has been a highlight for this team, scoring 11 goals, leading the club in 2019. Graham. And of course, Decker applying pressure.
Tough ball played there.
Indy trying to get on the break. Ayoze up ahead to Pasher.
That'll work.
Scott Kelly on the edge of the 6. And Navoa now making a run.
Yeah.
Headed on wide by Osmond.
Great little ball played in there, skim header by Osmond just wide. He's finding the right player, and what you saw at the tail end of that replay was Connor coming in at the back post. He's a dangerous player himself, having scored a number of goals in mid-season when they picked him up. I think he could be a contributor here as well.
One of those late season acquisitions. Martin Rennie, the staff, went after in Indy to help with this playoff run. And all of this really started in the last offseason. Martin Rennie had a vision for year 2 here in Indianapolis. They finished 7th in the East last year, lost in the first round to eventual USL champion Lou City. And he felt like the pieces were here, the commitment was here to building a club that could make a real run. And they've added to that core group as the season has gone along, and Drew Connor, one of those pieces, signed in mid-August.
Yeah. Here we go.
Here is Connor. He was looking for Kelly.
Yeah.
Camden Riley got ahead on it. Hernandez heading it back in.
Let's get it down.
Pasher.
He's been all over the park tonight, hasn't he?
On the left side, on the right side, down he goes. And I'll tell you, Felipe Hernandez has to be careful. He has been issued a yellow card. That is the third for Swope tonight.
Got to give credit to Swope Park. I mean, they're bringing some passion to the game. I just don't want to see him hurt anybody.
I'll tell you the other thing too, it's been a bend don't break type of defensive effort tonight. They've withstood a fury from Indy really since the opening kick.
That's true. They could have come in here and just rolled over, but they've come to play.
Clark playing it back out. Less than 10 minutes remain in the first 45 from Lucas Oil Stadium in downtown Indianapolis. And Iose was making a run.
It probably would have been a little heavy for Iose to even get to if he would have gotten it up just a hair more. But, you know, they're getting a throw in out of this, so it's a good result for him nevertheless.
Zé Pedro disrupting. Barrett's.
There we go. That's the right ball. I think now as you're getting into the last, 7 or so minutes of this half, you can't give a ball away like that.
Swope have numbers. Kuzain has a go.
Well handled. What I was going to say is that you want to try and stretch Swope Park now. You want to make them chase. You've got a lot of guys that probably haven't been playing a lot, so there may be some fatigue here as we get to the tail end of the half. Test it. Stretch them out. Make them chase balls.
One more look at this shot from Kuzain.
Yeah, gave him a lot of room to get that ball off, but Farr handled it extremely well. Nice. That was the right idea. Just got to get a little bit more mustard on that ball.
This portion of the match is brought to you by the Indiana Economic Development Corporation. Take your business to the next level in a state that works. Take down in the midfield.
Yeah.
Ruska reaching into his back pocket.
You knew that was coming.
And Connor issued a caution. Physical in this first half.
It has been, yeah. And they're not just little nicks or, trying to get away with something. The players are going after each other a little bit here. I hope calmer heads prevail throughout.
Restart. Ronico Clark. Riley. Into the middle.
Nothing there.
Ambitious from Zé Pedro. He has bagged 5 goals in 11 appearances.
Yeah, and you know what I'm seeing here, because they've had a few shots from around the 25 or 30-yard line. I think they're trying to draw the Indy 11 defense out a bit, so that when they get the ball in line, it's going to open things up for them. Come on, Blue.
Space here for Indy 11. Gibson chipping it over the top, but nobody home. Four minutes left in the first half, plus stoppage time. The final 5 minutes plus stoppage brought to you by your Central Indiana Honda dealers, official automotive sponsor of the Indy 11.
Did a good job of getting out of that mess.
Barrett into the middle. Kenny Walker. And now Gibson turning it back. The Iron Man. in the midfield.
Again, some very nice one touch to find that penetrating pass, you know, and then they get that penetrating pass into Gibson, who's able to do something with it. And here we are, Indy bringing the ball inside the 25-yard line to really place some pressure on Swope Park.
Back heel effort from Pasher, who hasn't had the ball on the end of his foot much in this first half. Zay Pedro the other way for Swope. Well
That's
defended.
good D.
Osmond stopping him dead in his tracks. Navoa has a bit of space on the right side.
Yes, he does. And here comes Connor, who's free. Get that ball. Slip him. Oh, he made the right choice to Pasher. First time.
Ayoze into the 18. Sailing it high.
It looked like, I mean, that ball was played at a comfortable enough pace. I don't know.
Upended him like
there.
a linebacker.
He sure did. I mean, that's just great defending there. I mean, Osmond's right across the back. You know, these are men of steel. You know, Osmond, we met. Barrett, they just play with such a toughness.
It's a group that has produced 13 clean sheets. The second fewest goals in the USL with 28. And on top of that, they've allowed just 5 goals in 16 home matches.
Yeah, I mean, you know, there's a lot to be said for home field advantage, huh?
Especially with this Indy group. The interesting thing is they will actually move over to Carroll Stadium, where this organization began playing years ago in the NASL. And then last year was their first season in Lucas Oil, but with the conflicts with the Colts during the playoffs of the USL Championship, they will move across the way to Carroll Stadium.
I mean, and it offers its own home field advantage.
Yes, it does.
I mean, that's
friendly
a unique
confines
venue.
there. This could potentially be one of the final opportunities for Indy 11 in this first half. Less than a minute to go, plus stoppage time, and we have been alerted that there will be 2 minutes of stoppage time added on.
Get it down. Oh, that's it. Get there.
Connor on the end line.
Tough ball he played back.
Felipe Hernandez fighting for it in the corner, and he wins it back for Swope. Tremendous effort from the 21-year-old, known for his work rate on and off the pitch. Into stoppage time in the first half here in Indianapolis. Still 0-0 despite a flurry of opportunities from Indy 11.
It was nice to see Osmond get into the attack there a little bit. Knock it down. I tell you what, it's fun to watch Kelly play. I mean, he's just so smooth with the ball coming into his body. You see him recoil and just receive that ball in his chest, and the ball just melts there.
Navoa
can do something with this. Keep it in.
Ayoze played back by Riley. Zay Pedro wide, and now a run.
Got to get out there.
Here is Harris on the edge of the box. Harris weaving, still with it.
It's good D. That's good D. Oh boy, this is not the time or the place where you want a free kick.
Closing moments of the first half, and perhaps an opportunity here for Swope.
Yeah. Indy's just got to handle it. They've got to get a guy or two on the ball. And then they've just got to handle it. Make sure they're picking up players, marking tightly here. Yeah.
Zay Pedro and Felipe Hernandez. Two players very capable of putting a beautiful ball in. And they're hashing this out quickly. Hernandez.
Knock it away.
Vanacore Decker.
Yep.
And it's out for a corner.
He's going to let it get off. The referee.
One final shot here in the first half for Swope Park. They haven't had many, but could this be the one to break the scoreless tie?
Just punch it away.
Headed on
Nice.
and into the midst of Jordan Farr, and that is how we end a very entertaining first half in Indianapolis.
Yeah, I tell you what, the last 5 to 10 minutes of this game really were. You felt the energy level rise, and a little bit of nerves there too. So give some credit here to Swope Park for not laying back.
Jordan Farr not tested a whole lot tonight, but he did well to hold his line there.
Yep.
On the goal line. Indianapolis with tons of chances in the first half. What adjustments will they make going forward to put one away and secure a first-round playoff match? I'll tell you, Swope Park, the youngsters, giving Indy a tap.
Fans, College Choice 529 is Indiana's smart way to save for education. College Choice 529 is affordable and tax advantage with low fees and tax-free earnings. Flexible with the ability to be used at any eligible school in the country, and easy to manage with quick online enrollment and account management. Parents, grandparents, and others who contribute can receive a 20% state tax credit of up to $1,000 per year. Throughout the season, College Choice 529 offered one lucky Indy 11 fan the chance to win $529 for education. Here tonight to help recognize this year's winner is College Choice 529 Executive Director Marissa Rowe. Please join the Indy 11 in congratulating this year's winner, Christina Griego, who will be using the $529 deposit to open a new College Choice 529 account. Congratulations to the entire Griego family. To learn more and open your College Choice 529 account with as little as $10, visit collegechoicedirect.com today. That's collegechoicedirect.com.
Many patients are scared to come get a mammogram. There are stories that they've heard, so when they come in, especially patients with their first mammogram, I always explain it's quick, really easy, and it's one.
Halftime in downtown Indianapolis. Swope Park hanging tough with one of the best teams in the East. 0-0 after 45 minutes and change here in Indy. Playoffs looming for the Indy 11. Taking a look there at the playoff schedule. The play-in round, which is new this season, on October 23rd. And then we are into the conference quarterfinals. Indy has already locked up a spot in that quarterfinal. The question tonight is, will they have a playoff match at home in those quarterfinals? They lost to Lou City last year on the road in the quarterfinal. This year, prepped for a deep run in the playoffs, and that is what Martin Rennie and his staff are hoping for this season. With a win or a draw tonight, Indy 11 will host their first ever USL playoff match next Saturday, October 26th, 7:30 p.m. Conference quarterfinal will be played at Michael A. Carroll Stadium on the campus of IUPUI. If you are a season ticket holder, tickets will be available for purchase immediately following tonight's match through your online membership portal. Tickets to the general public go on sale at 10 a.m. this Friday and are available for purchase online at indy11.com/tickets and by phone at 317-685-1100. Let's take a look at our USL package of the week.
Over, Gomez there, Gomez on the Bermudez puts it home, and Greenville scored. Pepe going for goal, he's given North Texas the moment.
You know, we've been averaging, between, I would say, 10 and 12,000 a game.
And it is a loud, boisterous 10,000, 12,000, and they love us, and we love them just as much. I mean, it's a reciprocal relationship at all times.
We never thought that we would grow this fast.
I have to pinch myself because, it sometimes seems too good to be true, but it's not. It's been pretty unbelievable, and it's been done better than I ever could have dreamt of, to be honest.
This is a club for New Mexico, by New Mexicans.
And I don't think that we're done yet. It's just getting started.
Nil-nil at the halftime break here in downtown Indianapolis. Fan appreciation night. Great crowd on hand for the regular season finale between Indy 11 and Swope Park. As we take a look at our USL Championship standings, Indy 11 in third place. They could finish in third, but for sure they will not finish any worse than fourth. It depends on what happens with New York. They are in action tonight and again on Saturday. But we do know, as we've talked about tonight, partner, a win or a draw, and they secure a top 4 spot, which means hosting a conference quarterfinal match. Let's take a look at our out-of-town scoreboard tonight, brought to you by the Crown Plaza Indianapolis downtown. Let them assist you with your next meeting or event. New York Red Bull is one of those clubs who are in action tonight. A lot of teams in action tonight, but decision day is Saturday. We have the USL Match of the Week on Saturday at 3 p.m. There are a ton of games, so Indy 11, while they are in the finale, they kind of have a bit of an advantage going into the playoffs because they're getting a longer rest period than a lot of other teams they might face next week.
Yeah, they get to watch while others are, they're having to prepare to play, and it's to their advantage.
Here is the scoreboard brought to you by Crown Plaza. And halftime between Charleston Battery and Memphis. Birmingham and New York. That's one game to watch. Nashville and Atlanta United should be another great contest. Red Bulls again in action on Saturday against Loudoun, and that will determine if they can get a win tonight, whether they'll finish third or fourth. But either way, Indy securely in a top 4 spot.
Right.
And now, Touchline Trivia. Tonight's Touchline Trivia question is presented by Indy 11's Fall Youth Clinics. Another single-day, 2-hour session for ages 6 to 14 takes place this Sunday, October 20th, from 2 to 5 p.m. on the north side in Lawrence. Register your kid spots today at indy11.com/camps. Tonight's question is, with a win or a draw, Indy 11 returns to the mic for what it hopes will be a win in the quarterfinal round of the USL Championship playoff Saturday. Who did the Indy 11 defeat to collect its first ever regular season home victory at Carroll Stadium? That is our trivia question. We'll have the answer for you during tonight's Central Indiana Honda Dealers post-game show. 0-0 at the break. Mark and I back with more at halftime after this.
Sports injury? See Community Health Network Sports Medicine Specialist. Visit Community Sports Injury Walk-In Clinic open Monday through Saturday, 8 to 10 a.m. Learn more. ecommunity.com/walk-in. At Honda Manufacturing of Indiana, we're proud to build the Civic, CR-V, and the all-new Insight. Put more than cars into our communities. We're dedicated to our roles as corporate citizens and environmental stewards in Greensburg and across the state. Learn more about how we're making a difference at indiana.honda.com. All right, fans, let's make some noise. Get on your feet. It's time for the Honda T-shirt toss. Who wants a T-shirt?
Copy. Back from downtown Indianapolis at the halftime break, Indy and Swope tied 0-0 in spite of all the chances that Indy 11 had in that first half. And surely you might think, Mark, going forward, Indy has a really good shot at putting at least one goal in the back of the net. Yep. I'm Matt Schumacher. He is Mark Newman. Welcome back inside Lucas Oil Stadium. What impressed you most about Indy in that first 45 minutes?
Well, their possession. I mean, they had the run of play throughout that first half. If you were to look at it on a percentage basis, I think you would see that Indy was dominating possession of the ball.
We have head coach Martin Rennie standing by down on the field. And, of course, the fans, they are pumped to be here tonight because it is Fan Appreciation Night. And a playoff berth is in the cards. And we are now joined by Martin Rennie. And, Coach, a really good first half for your club. You created a lot of opportunities. What adjustments would you like to see them make in the final 45 minutes?
I think it's just a little bit faster tempo to our play. I think at times it's a little bit slow, and also we're getting into good positions but not delivering crosses or getting shots off. So there needs to be a bit more end product to what we're doing, playing with a little bit more sharpness, a little bit more quickness in each of the opportunities we have.
What's impressed you about Swope Park? They've been so tough defensively tonight, sort of weathering the storm that you guys have created.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really too focused on them. I'm focused on us, and we need to do a better job of what we're doing.
Coach, thanks, and good luck in the second half.
Okay, thanks.
All right, and now let's take a look at our first half highlights. And we had a chance to look at these before coming back on air, partner, and you really like the ball movement from Indy.
Yeah, I mean, they're switching it up. They're getting the ball end line. They're getting the ball across the 6-yard line. It's keeping Swope Park on their heels, and that's to Indy's advantage. They're getting some decent shots on goal, but as Coach Rennie mentioned, they want more. They want to continue the pace. And I think it's going to be critical for them as they go forward here into this second half that they don't sit back, but they don't let up, that they have to keep attacking. If they go into this second half with a layback mindset, they may give up a goal, and that would be the worst case scenario. So we want to continue to see them going after the Swope Park team.
There were a few chances in that first half that Swope Park created, albeit from distance. They did have that corner at the very end. Here it is. That's how we ended the first half. in stoppage time, but really Jordan Farr not tested much in that first 45 minutes.
Not tested much, but what I thought was interesting about Swope Park was that instead of trying to get the ball inside the 18 and become dangerous from short range, they began taking shots from further out, and it was drawing Indy out of the box a little bit, so it was opening things up. Farr has been great so far, coming off of that sort of scary moment where he got hammered by the Swope Park player. He's done a great job of holding things together.
Neviel Hackshaw, first substitution of the night. He comes on to start the second half. Mitchell Osmond comes off. Hackshaw has battled some injury throughout the course of the 2019 campaign, but he has been and continues to be a vital part of this team.
Yeah, I mean, and a Trinidadian national team player, so he brings some great experience to that back line, and he's a very effective player in the back there for Indy.
Missed last weekend's match because of his national team duties in the CONCACAF Nations Cup. Hackshaw, the lone substitution so far tonight from either side. Martin Rennie said in our conversations just before we kicked off the second half that he wanted to see a little bit more tempo from his club. Let's see if they can bring that here in the opening 5 minutes of the second half. This portion of the match is brought to you by Denny Companies, tearing down the past so that you can build the future. Here's a run from Iose. Walker playing it upfield. He was looking for Pasher, just a little bit too much behind it. And now Gibson. Pasher.
That's a good ball.
Has Kelly running into the midfield.
Wait for it.
Novoa, edge of the 18.
Yeah. Pasher plays with such great pace, and then he shows that patience holding the ball until he can get his attacking line mates forward and delivers a beautiful ball there. That was terrific. Novoa's he's just been such a great contributor to this team throughout.
And a late season acquisition was signed back on August 12th. The club wanted to bring him in January, but couldn't get it worked out. He was still playing in the 4th division in Spain. Has bagged a goal already in just 5 appearances before tonight. Part of that group of late season pickups for Martin Rennie and his side.
Oh boy. So Indy's doing exactly what we were talking about the half. They can't sit back. They can't wait for the ball to come to them. They're really going after Swope Park here in the early going of the second half.
Again, all Indy needs is a draw tonight to not only extend its unbeaten streak to 25 consecutive matches at home, but also lock in that quarterfinal home match in the USL Championship playoff. Hackshaw, ball across. He was looking for Kelly. Pasher picks it up. Iose. Hackshaw.
Nice.
Heading it back into the middle. Kelly flipping it on.
Oh, a little push.
Indy 11 Premium Suites are the perfect way to entertain your guests. Learn more at Indy11.com or call 317-685-1100. And you know what? It's getting cold out there. The Dome is closed tonight. Playoffs are around the corner. We're going to be at Carroll Stadium, so there is no Dome.
Yeah.
So you might as well get yourself a suite.
That's exactly right. Suite's the way to go.
Stay warm. Iose in the midfield. He is just so crafty with the ball at his feet.
One more. There we go. Keep them moving. Shift them back and forth.
Looking for Pasher. Taken down, but nothing from our referee, Chris Ruska. Back the other way we go.
Good D.
Hernandez applying pressure. Swope Park have won just one match on the road this season. This is their 17th match away from home. And they are playing Indy tough tonight in the season finale.
Keep him out there. Keep him out there. Good D.
And well defended by Neville Hackshaw.
He's tough, Hackshaw. This is nothing but a patience game here. Hackshaw doing a great job of containing. Jockey, got a toe in there. Wins the ball away. That's good stuff.
Hackshaw, part of a back line that has only conceded 5 goals at home this season.
Yeah. Well, you know, and I think the argument can be made that he is perhaps the backbone there. I mean, he has come up big, and his international experience, I'm sure, has contributed to that.
Connor picked away. Clark now walking it forward for Swope.
Nice D.
I think, too, one thing that might be understated a little bit about this Indy team, we talk so much about the back line.
Yeah.
The defense really starts up top with them.
Yeah.
The pressure from their front three. Pasher getting in the mix. Iose, you know, applying pressure and pushing the lines further and further up the field.
Well, you've talked about 2 players there who are both end players. I mean, you know, Iose is he plays as more of a defensive midfielder who has some great attacking capabilities. He gets into the attack, but because of his pace, he's able to get back and defend the ball as well. And then Pasher, we've talked about that from the outset. I mean, that's a guy that just runs until the whistle blows, and he puts so much of his heart into it.
Dane Kelly, even with all the miles he's put on his legs,
he's still so smooth.
Yes, he does. Smoothly carry himself on the field.
Yeah.
Spry in his veteran age. Kuzain taken down by Gibson.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a... I thought that was a card-worthy moment, actually. I'm surprised.
I agree. Riley comes crashing in. And now Hernandez as the game begins to open up a bit here in the second half.
Yeah.
Harris was making a run. Barrett marking him closely. For standing stats and all the latest league news, be sure to visit USLchampionship.com.
Here we go.
Pasher stopped in his tracks. Hackshaw playing
Nicely
it back
done.
in. Pasher has been largely quiet tonight. He has certainly been a focal point for this back line of Swope.
He wants a goal. He wants a goal, that's for sure.
Exploding this year for 11 goals. His previous season high was 5. He's finally found a home here in Indianapolis after what was a bit of a journeyman experience early in his professional days.
Well, he's been proven to be one of the true building blocks for this group. I mean, again, we've talked about Coach Rennie's desire to create a foundation, and you know, you can't have that conversation without mentioning Pasher.
In his second season in Indianapolis, here is Iose on the left side.
Here we go. That's a
Playing
nice
it
ball.
back in, headed in by Dane Kelly.
Well done.
And finally, Indianapolis breaks the scoreless tie.
That little bending ball that he was able to get end line. Did a wonderful job of pulling it back. Fantastic.
The all-time leading goal scorer in USL Championship history comes through early in the second half for Indy 11.
Yep. Great ball coming from just a phenomenal ball coming from Iose, getting the ball almost end line. You see it bending back, and you got defenders standing. They're not running with players, so you get essentially a free shot.
And initially, it looked like it came off his head to me in the run of play, but looked like it on the replay might have come off the middle part of his body, or he might have perhaps gotten his knee up there. Either way, he finds the back of the net, something that he has done time and again throughout his career.
Yeah, I mean, just such a special player. It's been fun to see him with this team.
His 9th goal of the season.
I think that, I mean, you kind of feel it in the building right now. There's a little bit of energy that's been infused into the Indy 11 team, you know, and now you've got Swope Park sort of playing for their lives.
Swope headed in, and that finds the back of the net. Wilson Harris responds. The 19-year-old, not 1 minute later,
the
and we're tied again.
Holy cow. Unexpected.
Silencing the crowd here at Lucas Oil.
Yeah, I mean, there was this energy in the building, and now the gas has been let out.
Wilson Harris, right place, right time, his 12th and team leading goal of the season.
Well, I mean, what you see there is you got a guy who's got a nose for the goal in a great spot, whether it's coming from his foot or from his head. He was able to find the spot and knock it home.
Well, after a scoreless 47 minutes, we now have 2 goals in the span of 60 seconds here early in the second half. And now Pasher across the midline. Novoa. Iose turning it back in. And Pasher weaving.
Get there.
Well defended.
They get a corner out of it.
Jalen Lindsay on the block, and a corner coming for Indy.
Let's see what they can do with this.
Low ball near post, handled by Eric Dick. This portion of the match is presented by Community Health Sports Medicine. Dream big, work hard, finish strong. Community Health and Indy 11 renewing their partnership.
Knock it down.
Tonight, the first night that Indy 11 will have the back of their jerseys sponsored by Community Health. Looking slick.
Keep it in.
Pasher.
Just barely over the line.
Tried to tiptoe it. And now Camden Riley. Have to admire the fight and the response from this youthful Swope side.
Yeah.
Good environment tonight here in downtown Indianapolis. Crowd came alive even more after that goal from Dane Kelly.
Draw him. Nice.
And now space on the far side. Connor trying to whip it in. Hackshaw.
Get it down. Blue ball.
Swope have only managed 1 win and 3 draws in 16 previous away matches, and surely Hackshaw will be booked.
Yeah. Yeah, you saw that one coming.
Hernandez is still down on the turf.
Had he just turned his body into the player, he would have gotten away with that. It would have just been a good defensive move. But when he threw his arms back, I mean, intentional or unintentional, it's dangerous. You see there, see his hand go up.
And Hackshaw is a powerful young man.
Yes, he is.
And you know, as we've talked about, this is a youthful and still developing squad for Swope, and that includes their physicality and their stature. Hernandez is just 5'8" and barely 21.
Yeah. That was a man against a boy moment.
Yes,
for sure.
it was.
Let's make sure they got players picked up here. He's going to whip this thing into the mixer there.
Zay Pedro to take.
Oh.
Nobody home on that ball in from Alexander. And a substitution coming on for Indy. Ilya Illich will replace Christian Novoa here in the 62nd minute. Illich, 2 goals in 16 appearances so far this season.
Substitution, Indiana, 62nd minute, match 14, Indiana.
Perhaps he can provide that spark off the bench.
He scored some goals in his career.
28-year-old out of Belgrade, Serbia. A seasoned professional.
That's for sure. And they've used him off the bench pretty effectively over the course of the season. He probably doesn't have 90 minutes in him any longer, but to bring him in, you know, like this, where, you know, you've got about a 30-minute game, 28-minute game to play, he could pour everything into that period of time.
Ayoze.
That's a good ball.
Kenny Walker fighting Pedro. Hernandez. And played back in by Gibson. And Ayoze again. Dick challenged. Corrals.
He kicked up a lot of turf with that cross. I think he was trying to take it through the 18 as opposed to taking it to the 6 like that.
Vanacore Decker. And now Jalen Lindsay. One of a handful of players on the roster who's under an MLS contract with Sporting Kansas City.
Heavy ball. Can he get it?
Alexander doing well to keep it in.
Yeah, he did a nice job there.
Danger mounting again. Played out by Barrett.
Keep him out there.
And a low ball skips near post and out of play. Fans, you can enjoy USL on ESPN throughout the 2022 season now after ESPN and the USL extended their contract. ESPN Plus will continue to be the home of all things USL, and at least 19 matches will be featured on the ESPN networks, including 9 on Deportes. Continue to follow, support, and watch your club on ESPN and ESPN Plus.
Just a touch.
Pasher. Ioze taken away by Zé Pedro.
Gonna pick his head up.
And now Hackshaw. And the whistle was blown, but Ruska, I believe, thought there was contact there, and at first look from our vantage point, it didn't appear to be.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't look like there was much contact there. I think he got a little bit quick for himself and couldn't handle the
turf monster.
Turf
came up and
monster.
got him.
That's right, the turf monster. I wonder where they've been all night.
Brickyard Battalion hoping to see another one go in for Indy. Of course, as we talked about, they only need a draw tonight to secure a home playoff match next week. But a win would be nice.
A win would be nice. I mean, the way that they've played, controlling possession the way they have, getting some really nice shots off. It would be nice to see him get another goal out of the evening.
18 wins, a regular season club record. This portion of the match is brought to you by Delta Faucet. See what Delta can do. So, over 20 minutes gone now in the second half. Your impressions compared to what we saw in the first 45?
Well, Indy has not let up, and I think that's been crucial to their ability to get that goal. It's unfortunate that they gave one up, but they have to continue playing for this remaining 24 minutes, pushing forward, going for goal, trying to get something put away to at least assure themselves of the tie.
Illich. Kenny Walker.
Oh, that's nice.
Kelly is away.
He's got
and
it.
He pings it home.
And it looks like we've got a goal, ladies and gentlemen. Very nice. Okay.
His second of the night, but he is down in pain, and you just hope, as we hold our breath, that he will get up under his own power. Spectacular in the air again was Dane Kelly.
Yeah, that was terrific. Either way, I'm wondering if Coach Rennie isn't thinking, let's pull him off just to be safe and preserve him for the playoff game.
He was grabbing that right, or left rather, ankle. There was a collision with Eric Dick as he sailed in near the 6-yard box, being attended to by the Indy training staff.
He seems, just looking at his face right now. Here we go.
Here's another look at it.
Good little give and go here. He did a nice job of handling that with his chest. Yeah, he just got tied up there. Fortunately, it's not like he got kicked. He may have just come down on a little bit awkwardly. He seems to be moving on the sideline now pretty decently.
Under his own power, which is a good sign for everybody here in Lucas Oil Stadium.
That's right.
Playoffs are a week away, and he is a major piece to this Indy side.
But it just goes, I mean, it goes to show you, I mean, you see it in basketball, you see it in soccer, how effective the give and go is. And he's able to put that ball away just with that little extra effort off of a simple give and go. Now they got to be able to hold on to this this lead.
Swope responded less than 60 seconds after that first goal from Indy to start the second half. How will they respond here?
Keep the ball moving.
This portion of tonight's match brought to you by the Indiana Economic Development Corporation. Take your business to the next level in a state that works. Dane Kelly with 10 goals now on the season.
Barrett just did such a nice job of fighting through that ball, or through that player to get the ball.
The good news for Indy is that Dane Kelly is back on the pitch. If he could somehow find a third, that would tie him with Tyler Pasher for the most goals on the team at 11.
Yeah, he seems to be moving just fine right now.
Hackshaw chased down by Kuzain. And now here comes Wilson Harris. Wide for Ouimet. Indy have made 2 substitutions already, and now here comes Pasher with a full head of steam. Has a go.
Oh boy. I mean, that's just a great example of how this guy can move in a split second. He can turn something into magic. Look at that, just gets around that defender like it's nobody's business. Gets off a great shot on goal.
Whizzing past Eric Dick, curling wide of the bar. He's hungry for a goal. And again, in the midfield.
250-50. Needs to get that one out a little bit more.
Illich winning it back for Indy. And now Gibson wide to Drew Connor.
That's a little bit of the Illich that that created his reputation, you know, 8-10 years ago when he was a younger man. As I was saying a few moments ago, he still has it, and he can give you 100% for a good 30 minutes and really be the most impactful player on the floor or on the field if he needs to be.
Wins a foul and a free kick coming for Indy 11.
Yeah. So now you're starting to see here as we get down to the last few moments of this game. Good foul there. Holds onto the ball. As we get to the last few minutes of this game here, 20 minutes of the game, I should say, we're seeing a little bit of gamesmanship. Taking a little extra time to collect the ball after a foul, after it goes out of bounds, etc. Great save.
Tipped over the top bar on a scorcher from Tyler Pasher. Eric Dick has had his work cut out for him tonight. He's lived up to the billing.
Yeah, you still see the smoke settle on that save. That was nice.
Just got the fingertips on it, using all of that 6'5" frame. And a corner kick coming. Kenny Walker taking it out for Indy.
Kenny Walker's been good and steady this evening. You know, he's been holding down that that left side very nicely for him. That's a good ball. Get ahead on that.
Headed back in. Ouimet in the area. And now Indy sprinting back.
Yeah, you know, Dick is trying to get the counter started, you know, there, and unfortunately he doesn't have numbers forward fast enough to pull it off. In fact, there are too many Indy players holding back defending.
Dane Kelly.
As fatigue starts to set in, you're beginning to see things open up even more. That's why I feel like Indy's really starting to get at the Swope Park team even more so than they did during the early portions of the game.
Kenny Walker taking his time as he heads to the corner. Brickyard Battalion would love to see one more on their side go in. and potentially secure the 25th consecutive unbeaten match. Headed in and high over the bar. A win tonight, if Indy can hang on, would be their 19th of the season. They've already broken the club record for regular season wins.
Yep.
This portion of the match is brought to you by Ivy Tech. Careers start here. Apply for free at ivytech.edu. And a substitution rolling on. Tucker Lepley for Swope. And Mark Segbers. Juan Kuzain, Juan Kumal comes off, as does Ethan Vanacore Decker. So Lepley and Segbers, a pair of substitutions coming on for Swope with just around 15 minutes left in the match here in Indianapolis.
Put it down.
This portion of the match brought to you by Ivy Tech. Careers start here. Apply for free at ivytech.edu. And as the minutes melt off the clock, that first round home playoff match looking even more likely for Indy, especially with New York Red Bull 2 down against the Birmingham Legion. That would clinch third place for Indy in the East. And that's important because as the playoffs go through, the higher seed hosts.
Yeah.
So if Indy can continue in this third spot, gives them even more of an advantage as the playoffs unfold. Coming off a 7th place finish in 2018 and then a first round loss to Lou City, who eventually went on to repeat as USL champions. But Indy is primed for a run this year, and we're seeing it tonight. They were tested early by a young team. They found a way, though, in the second half.
Well, they're demonstrating their maturity, and as they look forward, and I'm sure Coach Rennie thinks this way and is communicating it to his team, you want to simplify your path to ensure that you can go as deep into this playoff as you possibly can. I mean, you have the goal of winning a championship, and you do that by taking care of business early, and they're demonstrating that right now.
Portion of tonight's match brought to you by Honda Manufacturing of Indiana, official automotive sponsor of the Indy 11.
Move the ball. There we go.
Iose into the middle for Dane Kelly.
Oh.
He's looking for a hat trick.
Slip him.
Kelly dancing. Can he get it through? No. Riley wins it back for Swope. But now Hernandez. Kelly to Pasher. Iose coming into the attack.
You can see the fatigue in Swope Park now in the way they're getting back and forth, trying to get behind the ball. They're not sprinting to get back behind the ball. There's more of a jog than anything else right now.
Hackshaw. And played all the way back to Jordan Farr.
Good D.
Ball ahead for Segbers.
Well done. Yep, get it the other way.
Barrett, Hackshaw. Indy 11 on the cusp of 19 wins in the regular season. Just a little too much air under it for Kelly. Played back by Lindsay. Iose pressuring Hernandez. And steers him back. Tune in to ESPN3 this Saturday at 3 p.m. for a special game of the week to close out the 2019 season. A home playoff match is at stake when Real Monarchs host Sacramento Republic. The winner hosts a playoff match, while the loser potentially goes into the playoff game. Catch all the drama this Saturday, 3 p.m. on ESPN3.
Okay. Get yourself organized here. Anything can happen on a corner kick. So I mean, this is a moment of truth. Got to clear this ball away or get it in the hands of the goalkeeper.
A one-goal game with under 10 minutes left. Swope playing for pride here. Into the middle. It just gets
Dangerous
past
ball.
Lepley. Alexander. And another corner coming.
Get it organized. Far to come up big here.
Sense of urgency now for Swope. Far, knocking it loose.
Nice.
And corrals. Fans, wherever you go, take the boys in blue with you. Download the all-new Indy 11 app in the Apple Store or get it on Google Play. We'll want to have that app handy as the playoffs kick off next week. Indy will be in action on Saturday, October 26th. At 7:30 p.m. from Carroll Stadium, if this result should hold. And the final substitution coming on now for the boys in blue. Dane Kelly with 2 goals tonight. He comes off. What a night for the Wizard.
Well-deserved accolade for Kelly there.
He will be replaced by Nicholas Perea. This was his second and right now game-winning goal. Fighting through contact and finding the back of the net for his 10th brace. And now Nicholas Perea making his 5th appearance in an Indy 11 uniform. He signed back on August 27th, getting valuable minutes here in the season finale. Indy, though, still poaching.
Yeah, their work rate hasn't slowed a bit. They're still going after things. Nicely done.
Well played on the back end that time by Drew Connor.
I love that kid. He's a hustler too.
Great pickup.
Good job there. Again, you can tell that they train this, doubling the player with the ball so that one distracts him and the other pulls it away. I mean, they do such a nice job defending as a unit.
Ahead for Hernandez, plays it right into the hands of Neville Hackshaw. And gives it back to Jordan Farr. Just over 5 minutes left plus stoppage. Lindsay coming forward in the attack now. Zé Pedro.
Get out there.
And he finds Lindsay.
Deny the cross.
Coming across, punched out by Farr.
Well done.
And now Illich.
One more.
Iose fighting
Push.
off contact. And Zé Pedro, a heavy shove. Here's another look at Jordan Farr coming off his line.
Did a great job of coming off his line, knocking that ball away. That's all positioning. I mean, he was in the right spot to be able to dive out into traffic and get a fist on that.
Gibson. Kenny Walker.
Good patience, showing smart possession here.
And Walker turns it back into the midfield. Paddy Barrett. Pasher, a run, that time from Perea. Pasher with the left, top of the box.
Oh! Got all of that with his left peg.
Hold your breath when he lets it fly.
They're giving him a lot of room to tee the ball up, and he just barely missed that. I mean, it was bending away from the post, but boy, he really got all of that ball.
Sizzling past. Riley is down for Swope in the midfield. And our referee, Chris Ruska, has called for the training staff to come on, which gives us an opportunity to talk to you about the USL Academy. USL's elite youth platform, USL Academy, allows clubs at all levels across the USL to develop its local youth and compete at the highest level across the United States, including the USL Academy Cup. For more information, visit uslsoccer.com/academy. Fan Appreciation Night in downtown Indianapolis, and these loyal Indy 11 fans excited about the USL playoffs coming back to Indianapolis this season. And speaking of, you can get your tickets for that match on October 26th at 7:30 at Michael A. Carroll Stadium on the campus of IUPUI. If you are a season ticket holder, tickets will be available for purchase immediately following tonight's match through your online membership portal. If you are not a season ticket holder, general public tickets will go on sale at 10 a.m. Friday and are available for purchase online at indy11.com/tickets and by phone at 317-685-1100.
The mic coming back to life.
Yes. Riley comes off, by the way, after he was a bit nicked up in the midfield. But he did come off under his own power, which is good news for Swope and Sporting KC fans.
Yeah. That looked more like fatigue to me than anything else. I
Absolutely.
think
maybe a cramp, perhaps.
Yeah. He did take a few nicks earlier on. You saw him struggling a little bit with, I think it was his left foot earlier in the second half.
These final 5 minutes plus stoppage time brought to you by your Central Indiana Honda dealer, official automotive sponsor of the Indy 11. And just minutes away from their 19th victory of the 2019 campaign. And perhaps solidifying a 3 seed if the result holds out east between New York and Birmingham. Last looked, Birmingham was up 1-0 on New York Red Bulls 2. And it is still 1-0 between Birmingham and New York Red Bulls 2. Stoppage time in the first half. Pasher still pressing. He just goes and goes
He
from
does.
the opening kick to the final whistle.
He is just an amazing contributor to this team. Sets a great example for Indy's younger players. And for folks watching on TV, folks watching in the stands, I mean, his work rate is awesome.
Played for 7 different clubs in his first 7 professional seasons, and thought last year, after he was riddled with injury and missed the entire second half, he would be looking for a new team again. But Indy said, no, we want to renew your contract because we have faith in you and we believe you can be a big part of what we're building for the future.
Yeah.
And boy, has he rewarded this Indy club with 11 goals, team leading goal scorer this season.
Well, hats off to the coaching staff, the ownership. I mean, I think that says a lot about their focus and commitment on ensuring they keep the right folks around.
Hackshaw finding Ayoze. Overlapping run from Pasher. Ayoze fighting for it. Graham Smith finally getting it away. And a restart coming for Swope. 3 minutes in stoppage time, already 30 seconds gone.
Indy just continues to bring it. Even in stoppage time, they're bringing it.
Wilson Harris saw his goal scoring ability on display earlier tonight.
He scored a pretty one.
12 goals this year for the 19-year-old.
I think he's got a future.
Yes.
I mean, so, you know, another loss likely here for Swope Park, but just think of the opportunity that these kids are getting. These young players that they have being exposed to an environment like this, players like the Indy 11 has, they're building a program for the future for sure.
And the adversity and frustration that comes in a season where you've lost more than you've won.
Yeah.
They're learning a lot in a short amount of time right now, and certainly that will serve not only Swope well in the future, but also Sporting Kansas City.
Yeah. Yeah.
Certainly a club on the rise. Sporting KC had high expectations for the year coming into the campaign, but decimated by injury. It's part of the reason why this Swope team is so young.
Yeah.
But the veteran experience of the Indy 11 has proven successful and impenetrable at home this year.
Yep.
If the result holds, 25 consecutive matches unbeaten at home, and a first-round home playoff match locked in at Carroll Stadium. Farr.
Good job.
Pawing. And that might just do it from Lucas Oil. And that does it from Indianapolis. The regular season comes to a close with another Indy 11 win, their 19th of the season. And they finish the regular campaign with 63 points, a club record, and enter 4th all-time with 25 consecutive games unbeaten at home. And now the video on the board here at Lucas Oil, making it official. Saturday at 7:30 p.m. October 26th, Indy 11 will host a USL playoff game.
Exciting for the city, exciting for the team. I mean, the fans deserve to have an opportunity to see this team go.
We will be back with the Honda post-game show for the next 30 minutes after this in Indianapolis. Indy 11 Soccer is brought to you by Community Health. Dream big, work hard, finish strong. Community Health Sports Medicine, official sports medicine provider of the Indy 11. And by your Central Indiana Honda dealers, proud to be the official automotive sponsor of the Indy 11. The West Fork Whiskey shots of the game are brought to you by West Fork Whiskey, Indiana's premier whiskey distillery. 2 shots tonight, partner.
That's
one for
right.
me, one for you. We're celebrating
Awesome.
after all. Both on the foot of Dane Kelly.
Yeah, he really came through big. I mean, he gave it his all for the period of time that he was in there. A little less than 90 minutes, but 2 tremendous goals using different parts of his body to get them.
His 9th and 10th goals of the season, one behind Tyler Pasher. Honda postgame rolls on when we come back from downtown Indianapolis. Don't go anywhere. We'll have interviews with players, Coach Martin Rennie, and more from Mark Newman and I, high above the pitch here at Lucas Oil Stadium. Playoffs are in the near future for this Indy 11 side. Get your tickets now.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.